Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about a show that I actually really like. This is called PuraOre Pride of Orange. I think I pronounced that right. Last part's pretty easy, that part's in English. But the first part, I don't know. Easy, you can look it up, you'll be fine. Just look up Pride of Orange. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But I'll be talking about it today, so you don't even need to do that. This anime it's definitely very interesting. I saw it immediately once it got announced, and I just laughed. I simply laughed. I had known that there was no ice hockey anime that has ever been made. None. And while we finally have one, you can finally watch one, but with a bit of an exception to it. That it's a cute girls doing cute things show. I know a lot of people who, maybe are not that big into certain sports, There's been like sports anime for a lot of the pretty popular sports, volleyball, you're covered, you have haiku and stuff. You like basketball, Kurano basket, there you go, you're set. Depending on what sport you wanted, there may or may not have been something for you. And there's like a couple of things where I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's any anime on American football at this point. But there is a manga. That's a whole interesting story in and of itself that I won't be getting into. But one example that I'd seen brought up, because people, particularly my circle, kind of wanted it, is that there was no ice hockey anime or manga. So there wasn't going to be any manga adaptation. We could look out for a ice hockey manga, but nothing had been coming out. It didn't look like we would have anything. But then this dropped. It's a completely original in its design, completely original. I think it's a part of like a bigger project, but this is like the very start. So I would say it's original work. It's not like written or anything else. There you go. It's just this original. And we looked at it and it's like, oh, this is actual ice hockey, but they're all girls. What have we done? What have you done, anime? Why? I know a lot of people were definitely insulted by the fact, like, before it was even released, and probably a good reason why the score is pretty bad is because people are just salty about it. They're like, we wanted a good ice hockey anime. We wanted some manly man, like some JoJo type characters playing hockey against each other, and that's what I think a lot of people definitely wanted. And with these sports like haiku, you get high school athletes, doing it. That's reasonable. That's a good capturing of volleyball, Kurano basket, you get kind of like that. I don't know what they are, high school or college, basketball. It's like understandable, but if you want ice hockey, now you're stuck with cute girls doing it, all right? And people definitely turned off by that, and I would say reasonably so. Reasonably so. If that's what you want when you are watching something sports related, don't touch Pride of Orange, all right? Simple enough. That's my advice to you. But if you're any bit inclined towards the cute girls doing cute things anime, that type of stuff, this could be fucking phenomenal for you. Of any sport, I would like watching, hockey the most. If you gave me a ticket to any other sport to like see it live, I'm like, you couldn't find anyone else? Like, I don't care. But with hockey, I'd be like, hey, let's go watch something. I enjoy watching hockey compared to like anything else. So it kind of fit in that category, but I'm not as insulted. I'm not huge into any sport in particular. I'm just more inclined towards hockey. So, I thought, cool enough that there's ice hockey anime, but I also really like the cute girls doing cute things anime. I have a huge bias towards it, It's pretty clear that, I've watched a bunch of idol shows. I practically give them good scores no matter what. Yeah, so it's clear, obvious, had that bias. So this being that, worked out for me. I'm like, all right, I like both of these things, and they're just mashing it together. That's pretty cool. And I think for the elements that they're working with, they do a good job on them. I think with sports anime, you can see with the current state, maybe not with Kureno Basket, because it was a bit on the older side, but, you know, with these newer type of sports things, you end up seeing the sloppy CGI. I know it's dreaded. I know, like, a big example I think I would want to say immediately is like Remain, which was water polo, which I would say, yeah, that is pretty difficult to animate. And, well, you know, Mappa, very, you know, highly, you know, praised studio, which I think for good reason. They still had to use CGI models for practically anything that wasn't, you know, a somewhat close up, something that frames characters like this, almost like me. If it wasn't something framed like this, you'd probably see CGI to some degree within it. So yeah, like, you know, even from these good studios, you definitely like see some pretty like animation to it. And when you're watching sports anime, you definitely want to just see some really good animation for it, because I don't know, sports is like one of the ones that you really, really want to have a good capturing of to make it engaging for people. And is this show doing it very well? I think it's doing it better than I think anything would have been able to. I don't know, maybe if like Wit Studio was like, all right, every time we're going to do one of the sports competitions, we're going to make it animated at the quality of, like, you know, Levi and Attack on Titan swinging around and shit. You know, maybe it could have been better and capture it a little bit, you know, there. But currently, how it's currently animated, I would say that it captures it somewhat realistically for good and bad reasons, but it's all well animated in the fact that there's almost no CGI. It's not a CGI mess to any degree. You pretty much just see fully animated things. Like, they only use CGI for, like, when the net, you know, has to get hit with the puck, because I understand that that's a pretty difficult thing to animate. So that's like the only thing CGI, but all of the members going around, even in background, even the background ones, I haven't seen them use CGI. You know, all of that fully 2D animated, and, you know, I don't think the designs at all are simplified to a level that's, you know, compromising to it. I think it is quite well done in that respect. The one complaint I would have, you know, air at it is the fact that it's a little too fast, which I would say is realistic. I think it's a little bit hard to keep up with a puck, you know. It's on a somewhat frictionless surface that you can smack around with a stick, so it's pretty hard to, you know, lose the puck when just watching it. And I think you can kind of see that when they're doing this. It's a little bit too fast with a lot of the action from what I've seen thus far within the show, because who knows, it could have moments that like really beat it out, or it could also start flopping towards the end. I don't know, because it is a still airing show as we talking about it. But it is like, that's my one complaint towards its, you know, depiction of the hockey through its animation. It could be better. I think slowing down a lot of things would help to a degree, but of course, you know, have it maybe be crazy with the camera, you know, going from maybe the character's shoulder going down to the puck, and as the puck slides down, it gets to the next thing. But I think that's like a pretty crazy ambitious animation that you'd only see, like, I've only seen, like, I think on par quality with, like, maybe, you know, scenes where Levi's like going around zipping through. You know, that's like the type of like depiction, you know, I think that would best capture hockey. We're not seeing it, but for what it is pretty damn good, especially from the studio that's, it's like not even, you know, huge name studio. It's C2C. I think it has a full name, but C2C, the initials. They're doing a very good job on the animation wise. I like the character designs in all that degree. Animation is, you know, just hockey, any sports thing is ambitious, and they're doing above par from what I see in most sports things. So you have to give it credit to that. If they make another hockey anime, I would be scared that, you know, it's not going to be anywhere close to as well animated as this one. So if you want maybe the best animated ice hockey anime that will come out for, you know, a long time, you may just have to deal with cute girls doing cute things. That's just it. And then also getting into that other aspect of the cute girls doing cute things. Is it sufficiently cute? Are they sufficiently girls, and are they doing the cute things? Yes. Definitely, I think the first thing have to remark about it is gets that 100% full wholesome meter. You know, one thing I really don't like is like when there's sexualized characters. I'm like, you know, I just want them doing their thing, right? Something close to like non-Biori with its wholesomeness in that regard. This also is like that. It has that full type of just, you know, and is it trying to divert at any point? You know, it's just full wholesome action. Characters, I think, are, you know, they fit to stereotypes, but they are done well nonetheless. I think particular ones are very fun to watch, you know, and I think some other things, very cute, very nice. I've liked a lot of it. Drama, I think, is a little, I don't care for it as much with it. I don't think it's able to strongly do it. It comes off a bit cheesy, but a lot of it's done very well. It does being a cute girls doing cute things anime quite well. I think it's very strong in that regard as well. And it's strongly depicting hockey in a sense, but, you know, hey, it's all up to you how you feel about it. That is my opinion on it after watching like 4 episodes. I've really enjoyed it. It's really fun, really sweet. I like it for what it is. And people are probably going to shit on it, but hey, low score, because people are kind of insulted by the fact that cute girls are playing ice hockey and they wanted grown-ass men beating each other up in ice hockey when they want it animated. But, you know, you get what you get, and you can be upset if you want. So thank you guys so much for watching. It's good to try and get a video more edited out like this, something more normal to what I usually do. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully I can have more content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.